Hello, Slicey Dicers. This is Brian with another knife video for you. Today we have a second installment of Knives So Nice I Bought Them Twice. In one case, thrice for one of these. But these are all knives that I really liked and had to sell, to keep the channel going, to pay a bill, something like that. And I wound up reacquiring. Doesn't mean they're going to stick around forever. I may decide that, I could let them go again, but we'll see. But they are all knives that are at least nice enough that I wanted to get my hands back on again. One of them actually is the third-time visitor. I did an installment of this six months ago, I think. And there's one repeat from that because I got rid of it and got another one. But yeah, and it was just a fun little exercise. You guys seem to enjoy it, just to show you guys stuff that I really liked. And again, it's just things that I got in, I let go, and I missed it, brought them back. These aren't ones that I just upgraded to a new version. In a couple instances, I did get a different version of them, but that wasn't the motivation behind it. It's just that when it came time to get another one, there was a new version available. So I do want to thank Southern Edge Knife Works. Go to southernedgeknifeworks.com, use the code SDSEK at checkout, get 15% off and free shipping. They were a big help for getting the vast majority of these back in again because I wanted one and I could call them and they'd order it, and it was very handy. One of them is a trade. These are all pretty much available, maybe not in the exact configuration, but and one of them is not available anymore. So that was the trade. Couldn't say no to it. We'll get to that. Let's get going and start talking about knives. I'm a minute and a half in. First up, this is the three-time visitor, the Cold Steel 8015 Andrew Demko design with a scorpion lock. I just love these, but I never liked that green with the bronze. This black one came out. I thought that's what I sold my green one, missed it. Thought I ordered the black one. I didn't. I screwed up. So I got a green one with the bronze on it. I tried dyeing it blue, and it looked great, but it still wasn't. I wanted the black one. Opportunity came to get the black one. Got the black one back, so quite happy about that. And it's all nice and broken in now, and it's just the scorpion lock is so much fun. They're just a blast. It's a big beefy sucker. And yeah, it can kind of tear your pocket up if you don't sand it down, which I have already done on here. So happy about that. Now it's not a pocket destroyer. I think I did back the tension off on this pocket clip just a hair as well. But yeah, now I can carry it without worry of damaging my pants too much. But very happy to have this back again. The next one, another Cold Steel. This is the one that probably had the longest gap. I sold my Recon 1 quite a long time ago. I had a green handle with a drop point, and I honestly would have accepted that back again, which is why I'm putting this in here, even though it's a different version. But when I finally decided I wanted to get another one, this was available with the Tanto. I love Cold Steel's Tantos. I like Recon Tantos as well, but I love how Cold Steel is a Tanto. They do a very good job. And these are $99.95. Oh, by the way, it's $229.50 for the 8015. The price has gone up quite significantly, but I forgot to mention that. I want to make sure I mention that. This is still $99.50, still an excellent value. S35 VN, big old sucker, like a 4-inch blade, but it's very light. And it just for a big old tactical knife, it's still one of my all-time favorites. I like it even better with the Tanto than I did with the drop point. I did the thing again, like I said, sanded the underneath the pocket clip. You can't even see it. But it does make a world of difference as far as the lifespan of your pants. So, yeah, I love the Recon 1. It's just so comfortable in the hand. It's just such a good big old knife. And every time I carry it, I'm like, why don't I carry this more? And it's been so nice to have one back again. Also great for comparison stuff for big old tactical knives because a lot of people have seen a Recon 1 at one point in their life or another. I'm not putting these back in the proper orientation, and I do not care. Next up, this is probably the one of all these I was the most excited to get back. You guys know I had a Benchmade Anthem, and I loved it. I had to let it go for financial reasons primarily at the time. Always missed it. Got an opportunity to get one back again through Southern Edge, and I'm so happy to have one of these back. 20 CV steel, full titanium integral. No, it does not have the frankly vulgar clip that normally comes with it. It's a little clip with these kind of veiny looking millings on it. You can guess what I'm getting at, what it looks like. This is an MXG Gear deep carry clip that matches it pretty well. Matches it better and better the more that I carry it. I will say on my previous one, it did match better. It matched perfectly on my previous. But, when you're anodizing stuff, it's never going to be exact. On my other two, just happened to wind up to be exact. But this one is a little bit off. But it is getting closer and closer to the look of the regular titanium as it goes through, because they're both bronze, but different shades of bronze. You get what I'm getting at. But I just love this thing. I think it's smoother than my old one, to be honest with you. And it's just a blast to carry. It's really nice. Not inexpensive at all. This is definitely a very expensive knife, $446.25. A whole lot of money to spend for a Benchmade. But as I have said to people that are looking for them, I own now a lot of knives in that $400 to $500 range, $400 to $600, somewhere around there. This fits in perfectly. This is a Benchmade. It is made by Benchmade, but it is not a Benchmade. It is just the attention to detail and the quality is just a step above. There is no one that would ever think this wasn't a $450 knife if you held it. Even the axis lock doesn't use Omega springs. It uses like a coil spring. So yes, it looks like it has an axis lock. They call it an axis lock, but it is different. And it's just, I love the action. I love the noises it makes. The blade's very good. The blade shape is very usable. 20 CV steel. It's just a great knife, but you got to change that clip. You just gotta, unless you're just into that, I guess. But I love the Anthem, and I'm so happy to have it back. Almost definitely out of all these, the one I'm most excited to have back. Next up, another Benchmade. As you can see, I'm kind of trying to keep the brands together. The Saibu, I just got one of these back. I had one. I loved it. I reviewed it. Found myself not carrying it much, and I sold it. And missed it. Every time I'd see a picture of one on Instagram, I would be like, oh, God, I wish I had, because I love the look of this thing. And I'd be like, oh, God, I wish I had that back. But I kind of wasn't like a priority. But then a while ago, I've kind of moved towards bigger knives, but still in my occupation, if I'm ever allowed to do stand-up again, I am also by the government. I wasn't banned or anything. It's just, the virus. I didn't do anything that bad on stage. I've never bombed that bad that I was banned from a state. But it's just, I like having more gentlemanly knives around, and I kind of started to run low on them, to be honest with you. I only had 2 or 3 that I really enjoyed carrying, and I just was looking for another one, and I thought, you know what, I really miss my Saibu. I think that's one I really miss, and so I got another one, and I'm very happy. And also, this one has less billboarding on it. My other one was first production, so it said first production and a serial number on it. I kind of like it better with less. It still has the Nakamura design on the other side, but that's okay. But yeah, still that great Benchmade action. And it's just really fun to carry. It's got the bug out style clip in the silver. And also what I like about this knife is, don't tell Benchmade, but since I have a Saibu, one of these clips, now once a year or twice a year, I can't remember what the allowance is, I can call and ask for one of these and they'll send me one. And I can use it on another thing. Like they want to see that you actually have the knife sometimes to send you a free one because you're allowed replacements. So yeah, now I can get one of these if I want one for another knife. And I already kind of have an idea of a knife I might want to get one for, but very happy to have the Saibu back. Next up, this one's pushing the rules because I did sell my old version of this. Oh, by the way, forgot the price again. That the Saibu $229.50. Not horribly inexpensive, but when you see it, you kind of get it. There's a lot of milling. There's wood inlays, 20 CV steel. There's a lot going on there. Next up, the Protec Newport. This one is kind of pushing the rules. I said I didn't sell it to get another one. I did sell my old one because I don't know, I just found myself carrying other Protecs more. But I did sell it with half a plan to someday, way off in the future, get a fancier one. But this one came available, and I really liked it. So I was actually without it. A Newport for a very short amount of time. That was not the plan though, so that's why I still included it on here. This is the 3410 is the code they use for it. It's basically just naked aluminum and a carbon fiber insert, S35 VN, just plain old satin blade. So it has a huge shiny pocket clip. I don't love that about it. I wish I had a short one like the SBR you're going to see in a moment. But other than that, I've always really loved the Newport. It's just so slicey, and another one that kind of fits in that gentlemanly sort of category that I was sort of lacking. And that's one of the things I love about it. It's just usual Protec snappiness, great steel, better steel than what you're going to see on a lot of Protecs. A lot of them are still 154. This is S35. I do like that a whole lot. And the price on this one, you are looking at $189.95 for this version, but the plain old one is a little bit less expensive than that. So, yeah, Protecs aren't as expensive as people think. They're not cheap, but they're not nearly as expensive as people think. Next up, the SBR. Now, the previous version I had to this was a different color. It was green with an acid wash blade. Listen to that sucker when it pops out. That's what she said. I don't know why. That was gross. I apologize for that. But it was green with an acid wash blade, and I sold it, and I've been really missing having an SBR around. I definitely would have taken back the same green one, even though I don't like green. That one looked kind of cool. But when it came time to get another one, this was available with the black and the stone wash, and I just really like it. It's because of this. Of all the Protecs I have, which are too many now, 8 of them, something like that, this fires the hardest of any of them. It absolutely does. These little SBRs are mighty little things. I just love that noise. And now the last one, this is, I think, the most recent acquisition of everything that's on here. This is a Buck Marksman Gray Ghost. This was a special edition from SK Blades. Sadly, they are not going to be able to get these for the foreseeable future. Someone at Buck that handled all of the custom stuff, due to the virus, got laid off. They have no intentions of replacing him. So SK Blades used to do these amazing upgraded versions. This one, instead of the aluminum handles, it is G10, and it has an S35 VN blade instead of, I can't remember what was on the other one. It wasn't bad steel, but still S35 VN was better. But it has the most unique action. These cost about $125 when they were available. I sold mine. I really regretted it. I always wanted another one, and then somebody offered a trade. I had another knife for sale that, honestly, I'd had for sale for a little while, and nobody showed any interest in it. And he said he'd swap me, and I said, abso-freaking-lutely. It didn't come with a box or anything, but it is in like new condition, and I'm really happy to have one of these around again. And since it's come back, it's actually been in my pocket a lot. So it may even make one of my top 10 of the month things. I just love that action. This Grant and Gavin Hawk, design lock. It's just fun. It's just cool, and it's just so fidgety. It's just a great freaking knife, and I'm so upset that SK Blades isn't going to be able to make more of them anytime soon. The Inferno version is still available on their site right now. If you want to get one with it's a black wash blade or a gray wash blade with orange scales, you can go get that right now for $125. But the Gray Ghost is long gone, and who knows when we'll ever see one again. But that's it. I just think this is an interesting little exercise, because a lot of these knives don't get, obviously they don't go back in reviews. I've already reviewed them before, so you're not going to see them on there. They might pop up in a live show or something, but other than that, it just gives you a little insight into what I like, and what I like so much that I buy it again after I foolishly sell it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I've been Brian. Have a good one.